Welcome to Relationship Exposed. In today's video, we dive into a story that unfolds like a slow-burning thriller, filled with secrets, manipulation, and a shocking revelation that tore a family apart. This isn't just another tale of love gone wrong. It's a web of hidden motives and emotional chaos that will have you questioning everything. So, settle in and stay until the end, because this is one story you won't want to miss. It started like any other regular Tuesday afternoon. I had just returned home from school, exhausted from a long day of classes, barely noticing the gentle creak of the front door as I walked in. My dad was in the kitchen making tea, humming an old tune from the 90s. That familiar, nostalgic sight gave me a strange sense of comfort. Since my mom passed away 2 years ago, Dad and I had developed a new rhythm. Not the same, but functional. So when he looked at me that afternoon with a weird glint in his eyes and said, "I have someone I want you to meet," I didn't expect my world to turn upside down. Her name was Monica, and from the moment she walked into our lives, nothing was ever the same again. She was beautiful in a way that seemed effortless, tall, elegant, with piercing green eyes and an almost hypnotic smile. She wore confidence like perfume. It trailed behind her wherever she went. At first, I assumed she was one of Dad's old colleagues, or perhaps someone he was casually dating. But no, he dropped the bomb over dinner. "We're getting married next month," he said, his hand gently clasped over hers. I remember almost choking on my food. To say I was shocked would be an understatement. I didn't even know he was dating anyone seriously. And now he was getting married to someone I had known for less than 10 minutes? Monica tried to ease my discomfort, throwing in soft laughs, compliments, and questions about my life. But something about her felt off. I couldn't explain it. Maybe it was the way she looked at me when Dad wasn't watching. Not maternal, not friendly. Something else. Something colder. Calculating. I tried to push those thoughts aside. Maybe I was just being overprotective. Maybe I didn't want someone replacing my mom. That was normal, right? The wedding was small but elegant, held in our backyard under strings of fairy lights and surrounded by people I barely knew. I stood beside my dad, wearing a fake smile, watching him pledge his life to a woman I couldn't trust. At first, things were calm. Monica moved in and took over the household with stunning efficiency. She reorganized everything, from the spice cabinet to our entire living room. She said it was to make things feel fresh, but it felt more like she was erasing the traces of my mom. Then came the small, unsettling things. Late-night knocks on my bedroom door under the guise of checking if I was okay. Overhearing her talking about me on the phone to someone, but stopping the moment I entered the room. The way her hand would linger on my shoulder a little too long, or how she'd always find a reason to sit too close on the couch. I told myself I was imagining it, that maybe I was reading too much into things, but it only escalated. One night, I came home late from a friend's house. The lights were off, except for a dim glow coming from the kitchen. I walked in, and there she was, sitting at the table in a silky robe, a glass of wine in her hand. She smiled like she'd been expecting me. "Can't sleep?" she asked, her voice low and slow. I mumbled something about homework and tried to retreat, but she stopped me. She stood, walked over, and placed a hand on my chest. "You look so much like your father did when he was younger," she whispered. I froze. Every instinct in my body told me to run, but my feet wouldn't move. Thankfully, the sound of the front door opening broke the moment. Dad had come home early from his night shift. Monica backed away quickly and greeted him with her usual charm, as if nothing had happened. From that point on, I avoided her as much as I could. I stayed late at school, went to friends' houses, and locked my bedroom door at night. But Monica always found a way to slip past my guard. The worst part? My dad was blind to it all. He saw her as the perfect wife. She cooked, cleaned, laughed at his jokes. But the minute his back was turned, she became someone else entirely. I started documenting things. recording audio clips, taking pictures of suspicious behavior. I needed proof. Something to show my dad that the woman he married wasn't who she claimed to be. It all came to a head one night when I caught her in my room, going through my drawers. She didn't even flinch when I confronted her. "You have secrets," she said, her eyes narrowing, "and I need to know them." That was the final straw. I showed everything to my dad. The recordings, the photos, even the journal entries I'd been keeping. He sat there in silence, face pale, hands trembling. "I wanted to believe she ved me," he finally said, tears in his eyes. "But she was using me to get to you." He filed for divorce the next day. Monica didn't go quietly. She tried to paint me as a manipulative son trying to ruin her marriage. She threatened lawsuits, public exposure, even made fake accusations. But the evidence I had was undeniable. In the end, she left. But the damage she caused took years to heal. Dad and I rebuilt our relationship slowly. We still don't talk about Monica much. It's like a scar we both acknowledge, but never touch. What I learned from that chapter of my life is this: not everyone who enters your life has good intentions. Some come wearing masks so convincing, even love can't see through them. And sometimes the people who say they love you the most are the ones who are the most dangerous. If you made it this far, thank you for watching Relationship Exposed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Have you ever had someone enter your life pretending to care?